Get your popcorn ready. On this episode, we go tech treasure hunting. This is eTech. Welcome back to eTech, ladies and gentlemen. This is my wonderful sock mask. As we are in the mix of this pandemic and Pennsylvania is on lockdown and you can't leave the house without one of these. So I thought I'd show it to you guys. Take some time if you would, and please comment, like, and subscribe to our videos. I really appreciate all the support and looking forward to talking to you guys. Okay, so I picked all this up today for $350 and it included 5 laptops. So we're gonna unbox it and see what we got. That is a lot of RAM. The good stuff we're going to be testing, the newer stuff, the DDR3 laptop memory and some of the desktop memory. I don't really have I might have a way to test that. The old DDR2, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to check prices and see if it's worth anything. I might just throw it all up on a lot online and sell it for what I can get for it. Now it's time to get to the valuable stuff I actually spent the money on. Not that this can't be valuable, but it's definitely not what I'm going to get my ROI. And that is 30 Dell original OEM chargers for laptops, and some of them are quite high-end, have car charger and regular charger combinations. That's impressive. I'm running out of room on my workbench, and now I have the actual equipment to get to. I don't even know what this thing is that we're about to go to. It is a OQO. I have no idea what this is. This is books, looks like. The guy told me it was some sort of a mini computer. Look at that thing. What we got on the bottom here? We got maybe a power cable. Got some weird proprietary stuff for sure. That's maybe a mini HDMI, a USB port, and then it slides open, and you have a keyboard on it. That is unique, very, very unique. I'm going to have to dig into this and see what the heck it is and see if it's worth any money. As a geek, this thing is really cool. It comes with a couple extra batteries, a car charger. I have no idea. It looks like it's some sort of a mini computer, and I'm going to dig some more into it, but I just wanted to show you the inside of the box. Really cool. Well, it works. I have it plugged in and turning on. So far, all I know about it, it is a little tiny computer. Oh, it's running Windows XP. This thing is pretty nifty. It looks like it's got a little mouse ball on it, which may or may not work. It doesn't look to move very well. It might just be a touchpad, I don't know. It doesn't. I've never seen anything quite like this. And I'm really into tech, so that's pretty cool. I wonder if it's oh, okay, so it's the mouse kind of operates like the ThinkPad nipple. I think that's what they call it on the ThinkPads, and it does work. It looks like it's a little filthy, but it does work. Wow. Okay, well, we're gonna dig into that some more for sure. First and probably least desirable laptop that I picked up in this lot is a Toshiba. It is in really good condition. Looks like it's a Windows XP device. I've actually had some good luck when these are running. Oh, it's got the password right there, that's nice. When these are running, I've actually had some good luck selling these on eBay. Anywhere from $20 to $60 for people that want to like play all their old, PC games and everything. So yeah, it's in really good condition, so we're gonna have to try and find a charger that works. Maybe one of these Dell OEM chargers will work, I have no idea. And see what we got there. Okay, laptop number 2 that I got in this slot is a Dell Latitude E6430 that is missing a battery and a hard drive. I wonder if it has any RAM in there, but we might be able to find a battery for this cheap. If not, I'll probably sell this one for parts, because the cost of getting a new battery isn't always worth it sometimes. By the time I get a new battery, I have hard drives, which that's a plus. I could throw a hard drive in here, but by the time I get a new battery, I could probably sell this maybe for about 60 to 80 bucks on eBay, and that's if it's got a nice copy of Windows on there. So probably going to be sold for parts, but I'll decide which way I'm going with that. Okay, and then this is laptop number 3 that came with this lot. It is in pretty good shape. It's got some nicks on it, and you can hear my neighbor mowing his lawn probably on this video, which is great. And it looks like it was a Windows XP machine. So again, I've had some pretty good luck if they work of selling somewhere in that $20 to $60 range, and it doesn't take the really old charger, so I know I have a charger that works for it, so that's good. And last but not least of the devices I got in the first thing that I bought today is a Dell Latitude Ultrabook. It is a 7240. It's got a couple scratches up top, most notably this one right here. But I know the battery works on it because I've already tried to power it up, so we're going to try and install some Windows on it. This right here could almost pay for the entire lot that I bought from that guy. And then also, while I was out, I was able to acquire from somebody else, which is included in my 350 I talked about, an Asus i5 laptop running Windows 10. for $50. So I definitely know I can make some money here. The next step to this tech flip is going to be figuring out what everything is worth, and on the laptop side of things, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And then from there, we are probably going to test some of the nicer RAM and some of the nicer hard drives so that I could part those out as well, depending on how much that they sell for. And everything else that's worth, not worth very much, I'm probably just going to throw up as a big lot on eBay. And if I make a couple bucks, I make a couple bucks. But I should be able to make back the 300 that I bought all the huge lot for just with OEM chargers, because I should be able to get at least $10 a pop off of those. It's going to take me some time to move it, but if that's the case and my research shows that I can get about $10 a pop on those, then I just acquired all the other stuff, all the RAM, all the cables, and the 4 laptops for free, essentially, right? And then from there, and of course this cool little microcomputer, which if I end up, really doing well on this, I might keep this little thing. Running Windows XP, it's pretty cool. It's touchscreen, it's got a stylus. I don't know, every geek wants to own something like that, right? So yeah, let me get to the computer and do some research and figure out what we're working with, and I'll do a recap. Okay, so a quick breakdown of all that was acquired. Again, I spent a total in the day of $350. The only thing I don't have on this sheet right here is the Asus, because I'm keeping that separate because it was a separate transaction. On the Asus, I bought it for $50. I think I'm going to sell that between $130 and $150 on the back end, so that's a really nice return on investment. Starting off, the Dell OEM chargers, there's 30 of them, and they range anywhere from, $14 to $20. 14 usually has plus shipping, and the $20 range usually includes shipping. So, and the older ones, so there's a couple of the older ones in the batch that we got. Those are selling for about $10 to $15. And the newer ones with like the car charger and everything, those are selling closer to the $20 range. So I just kind of averaged it out, and I think they're worth about $12 per OEM charger. So just the chargers, I should be able to make my initial return on investment back. I have it estimated at $360. I spent $300 on this lot. The Ethernet cables, there's a bunch of them in there. I think I can sell those for between $10 and $15. And then there was a unique cable that I have not seen a whole lot of. I've seen it before, but I didn't know what it was. And I was able on the one cable to actually read the type of cable it was. I looked it up. It's an IEEE cable, which is a smaller serial cable. And there's about 5 of those in there. And those are actually selling pretty decent. They're selling for about $8 a piece on eBay. So $40. Okay, cool. The desktop RAM, again, I'm just going on eBay, checking sold listings, and then using a lower number than what I'm seeing. If it's selling for, $4.50 a piece, I'm going to say I can get at least $3 a piece, because, just because it's sold for that doesn't mean you're going to get that every time, especially on a source like eBay. I have some 4 gig RAM. There's $20 worth of that. 2 gig DDR3, there's $12 of that. 1 gig, there's $4 of that. So I actually broke it down per category what I had. Oddly enough, the older RAM, the PC133 that I have, it actually sells pretty decent. It sells for about $5 a chip for the 2 gig ones, and about $2.50 a chip for the 1 gig ones. And then I have no idea on the really old RAM. I have to dig through, but I think I can at least get $1 a piece out of it. And then the laptop memory, I have 44 pieces of DDR2, which looks like they sell for, the 1 gig pieces sell for about $3 a piece on average. I use 2 to be conservative. But what I might actually do is just sell it as a complete lot of untested memory, because I really don't want to go through and test all of that. I saw a couple lots of untested memory, similar sizes, selling for about $60. Now the 2 gig DDR2, those are selling combined as like, 2 gig chips for, so 4 gigs total for about $4 to $5. So we should be able to get at least $24 out of the 2 gig chips. And then the 512, 256, probably not a whole lot. And then I have some other DDR. That was the DDR2. Now the DDR3, that's a little bit nicer RAM. there's some more money to be made here. So there's about $3 a piece. I have 13 with 2 gigs. So you just see I have it all broken down here. The SATA hard drives, I have a cable coming in that I ordered off of Wish in our Wish video that I'm going to test out because I want to test these drives and make sure they actually work. The Dell Ultrabook, now this one was a little tricky. When I booted it up, the Windows was just trying to load. It wouldn't do anything, right? So I stuck my Windows installer USB in there, and it did the same thing. The Windows installer logo would come up, and then it would just go to a screen and just sit there and try and load. So something was corrupt in that computer when I bought it. Maybe somebody got a bad virus. So what I did was I actually plugged in my, and this is a trick for you, I plugged in my Linux stick. I have a Linux installer. It's running Pop! OS, and I plugged that in, and that actually booted up Pop! OS, and I was able to delete the partitions, format the drive, and then put my Windows jump drive in and install Windows, and it's running like a champ. I think we can get between like 170 and 200, but the ones that I saw selling online were selling for about 180. So I put that as my estimate. So that was bad, right? And I decided to open it up, and I found out the keyboard just got disconnected somehow. So I reconnected the keyboard, and everything works. I loaded Pop! OS up on it, and it runs fine. It's got i5, 8 gigs of RAM, so it's actually a pretty solid computer. I think I could sell that as is without the battery and without a hard drive for $60 from what I'm finding online. And then the Toshiba, I don't have a charger for it, so I have a universal charger with a bunch of tips. None of those tips fit. So I'm hoping I can get about 10 bucks for that. I found a guy on Reddit that actually buys vintage computers, and I'm waiting for him to respond back, see if he's interested in anything. And then the find of the day was it came in a Dell box, like a laptop box, and then I pulled it out. You'll see, you saw in the video, it's an OQO Model 1, and I've never even seen these things before. Here, I guess it gained popularity in the Mission Impossible 3 movie, but it's a full Windows XP handheld. So you can actually run full Windows XP on this little tiny handheld device. And I was able to pull up a model online that's in similar condition, had the box and the accessories like mine does. And it sold a couple months back, February 21st on eBay for $390. I'm going to put it up on eBay and see what it sells for. Either way, even if it sells for $100, this lot was an absolute steal. So out of the $300 that I paid this gentleman, I'm expecting to get somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,300 after I sell everything. But even if I get like $800, $900, it's still a great return on investment. And it just goes to show you, like, I didn't make a ton of money with this guy before. I made a little bit of money off of this guy before, but him and I have created a relationship and a bond, and he just hits me up anytime he needs to sell something. And I finally got a really good lot from him that he just did not want to part out, and I was willing to do that, and so it all worked out. He also didn't know how to fix the Dell Ultrabook. I don't think he would have included the Dell Ultrabook in the lot if he knew how to fix it, but I was able to fix it using that little task that I did by putting the Linux USB stick in. So this was a really awesome treasure hunt, and if you guys know anybody who knows anything about that OQO Model 1 and can give me some more insight on what to do with that, that'd be great. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll probably do a follow-up video to see what everything actually sold for maybe a couple months down the road. I had a lot of fun with this though. I kind of completely took up my Sunday, but you'll see in the video that there was just so much things to unpack, and I threw a lot of stuff away too. There's a lot of like old mice in there. I threw that stuff away. Anything that was severely damaged, I threw away. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're really trying to build this up, and also if you have any comments, put them down below. I will respond to comments, at least until they start getting to be too many comments, which may or may not ever happen. So thank you so much, and I appreciate your time. We'll talk to you soon.